now there's a momentum change. He's still in the cave. His circumstances have not improved. His enemies have not stopped. But his focus shifts. Instead of scanning to the right for an absent advocate, he lifts his eyes upward. The phrase there, I cry to you, O Lord. It's not just a repetition of verse 1. It's a deliberate reorienting. Listen, there's a difference. There's a difference between venting your distress in God's direction and naming him directly as the hearer and answerer. And here David moves from describing his trouble to others or even to himself towards declaring how dependent he is before God. You are my refuge. Again, in the ancient Near East, refuge wasn't an abstract idea. It was a real physical place of safety, a fortress, a city, a refuge, a walled town on high ground. And so to name God as your refuge is to say, my security, it's not anchored in geography or alliances or resources, but the presence and protection of the Lord himself. That makes me secure. It's theology becoming very personal. It's not, look, he doesn't say, God, you provide me with refuge, as though God dispenses safety like a commodity. No, you are my refuge. In other words, my safety is not something that you give me apart from yourself. My safety is you. And then he goes on, he says, you are my portion in the land of the living. So in Israel, a portion referred to an allotment of land that each tribe received in the promised land. But the Levites, those who served as priests, they got no physical allotment. Instead, God said to them in Numbers 18:20, I am your portion and inheritance. And David here, who's not a Levite, claims the Levites' inheritance for himself. Not land, not title, not position, but the Lord himself is his sufficiency. It's stunning. Listen, it's stunning when we remember that David had once been in the royal court with the privileges of Saul's favor. He had military reputation with songs being sung about him. Now he's got none of that. And so to say, you are my portion in the cave, is to say, God, if I've got you, I have enough. I've got enough now. We're not used to this. We're not used to defining ourselves by what, or rather by whom we have in this way. You know, our portion is usually measured by material stability and career trajectory and relationships and personal experience. Listen, even for religious people, God is often treated as an enhancer of these portions, not the portion itself. Religious people, God will give me what I want, but it's not God that they want the stuff that God gives.